Hi viewers, welcome to my channel SM EDUTALK. This is Dr.S.Malligarjunan. I have been giving the engineering graphics lecture videos in both Tamil and English. In the previous video, projection of planes part 1, we have seen planes introduction and the drawing procedure of their first two positions in detail. In this part 2 video, you are going to see drawing procedure of plane when it is in third position using problems. Before entering into this video, watch the part 1 video for better understanding. If you have not subscribed the channel yet, please subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified. Okay, let us move into the video. Position of planes and the stages. In projection of planes, we are going to draw the projections of a plane. That is, we have to draw the front view and the top view of a given plane by imagining its position mentioned in the question. It is easier to imagine some positions, but some are complicated. So, it's difficult to imagine their position to draw. They can be drawn stage by stage. Now, let us see how many stages are required for each position of the plane. First position, perpendicular to both the planes. It is a simple position because it can be imagined and drawn easily. Hence, it is sufficient to have one stage to draw this position. It is called as stage 1. In this position, whatever shape the plane, its front view and the top view appears as a line. We have seen this in projection of planes part 1 video. Look at the rectangular planes, both views are line only. That is, its front view is a line and top view is also a line. Next, second position, perpendicular to one plane and parallel to the other. It is also a simple position because it can also be imagined and drawn easily. Hence, it is sufficient to have one stage, that is stage 1, to draw this position. In this position, whatever shape the plane, its one view appears as a line and the other appears as a plane. This position is further divided into two subpositions. You are seeing the first one perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP. We have seen this also in projection of planes part 1 video. Look at that rectangular planes, top view appears as a line and the front view appears as a plane. You can see this in orthography views also. Next, we are going to see this video's topic, that is third position of the plane, perpendicular to one plane and inclined to the other. It's somewhat difficult to imagine a plane when it is in this position. That's why imagine the plane's position in two stages. In stage 1, imagine the plane in simple position. In stage 2, imagine the plane in inclined position. In this stage, the plane is in the desired position. Its one view appears as a line and the other appears as a plane irrespective of its shape. Let us see this third position in detail. As I said, if you get a question from this position, you have to draw the projections in two stages. In stage 1, draw the plane in simple position. The first position, perpendicular to both the planes, and the second position, perpendicular to one plane and parallel to the other, are called as simple positions. Among the two, the first position is a rare one. You can't expect a question from this. Hence, the second position is used in simple position. This one is also further divided into two subpositions. They are perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP, then perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP. Once front view and top view have finished in stage 1, then we enter into stage 2. It represents the inclined position of the plane. Inclination to one plane is given. What about the other condition? You may have this question. The other condition by default is perpendicular to other plane only. This third position also has two subpositions. They are perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP. Then perpendicular to HP and inclined to VP. I'll explain this concept using a problem. First problem, a thin rectangular plate of sides 60 into 30 mm is inclined at 30 degree to HP and shorter side is in HP. Draw the projections. Here, a thin rectangular plate is kept on its shorter side in HP and its surface makes an angle of 30 degree to HP. The inclination of the plane is given to HP, so it must be perpendicular to HP. Then the right position of the plate is perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP. As it is third position, we have to draw the projections in two stages. Stage 2 will give you the final position, that is inclined to one plane. To draw this, you have to draw the simple position in stage 1. The exact condition in stage 2 is perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP. In this, replace the word inclined by parallel to get the condition for simple position in stage 1. Now you are seeing the pictorial representation of simple position of rectangular plate. That is, the thin plate is kept parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. You will get its front view as horizontal line and top view as a rectangle. Please refer Projection of Planes Part 1 video for understanding the basics. When you draw the same in the drawing sheet as orthographic projection, you should draw the true shape first. True shape is nothing but one of the views which has similar shape and size of the object. In this drawing, top view is a rectangle and front view is a line. It means top view represents the true shape. So top view should be drawn first, followed by front view. Next, stage 2. Here, the rectangular plate should be rotated to touch the HP by its shorter side and kept the surface angle as 30 degree. You will get its front view as an inclined line and top view as a reduced rectangle. While drawing this in a drawing sheet, the same stage 1 front view should be drawn in stage 2 front view at an angle of 30 degree with respect to XY line. After that, the top view should be drawn as a rectangle. Okay, some of you have a question like this. Sir, you can explain easily with the help of a pictorial representation, that is 3D models. But for me, it's difficult to imagine. Anybody feel like this? Anyway, I am trying to reduce your difficulty in imagining the position in 3D and explain the step-by-step procedure to solve this. So this is the given problem. To draw the projections of the given object, you have to note down the position of the object in the question. It is given as perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP. It is important to find the view that shows the true shape to draw the projections. This table shows the simple position and true shape position when the given plane object is inclined to VP and inclined to HP. The position of the rectangular plate is given as inclined to HP. If so, as per the table data, we should take the simple position as parallel to HP and consider the top view shows the true shape. You know that true shape should be drawn first. So, you have to draw the top view first, followed by front view. Now, you know that top view is a rectangle and it should be drawn first. But in what orientation the top view should be drawn? Should it be drawn height-wise, or should it be drawn lengthwise, or should it be drawn inclined? To decide this, refer the contact entity of the object and the reference plane. Is it a corner point or an edge? It is given as a side is in HP. Side or edge both are same, but there are two sides in the rectangle. One is shorter side and another one is longer side. Which one to choose? Again, refer the question. It is given as shorter side is in HP. So please find which rectangle has the shorter side on its left among the various options available in front of you. The rectangle drawn heightwise has a longer edge on its left. The rectangle drawn inclined has a corner point on its left, but the rectangle drawn lengthwise has a shorter edge on its left. Hence, you have to draw the rectangle only in lengthwise. You can raise a question, sir, why do I consider the left side? Why don't I consider the object's right side? Good question. Yes, you can do, but I will explain it later. Now, let us see how to draw front view and top view of the rectangular plate. Draw the reference line XY. Draw a rectangle whose length is 60 mm and width is 30 mm below the XY line. This is the top view of the stage 1. I think you don't have any difficulty in drawing the rectangle. You might have drawn in your school days. The above HP and in front of VP conditions are not given. So, assume some distance to draw the rectangle below the XY line. I mean the gap between the rectangle and the XY line. These above HP and in front of VP conditions must be given in projection of points and projection of lines problems. But hereafter, you can't expect these conditions for all problems. If they are given, use them. Otherwise, assume some values and then proceed. No name is given to the rectangle in the question. So, assign any name like A, B, C, T to the rectangle. Project this rectangle vertically upwards above the XY line. In the simple position, we use perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP condition. So, when one view shows a plane, then the other view shows a horizontal line. Hence, join both the projectors horizontally by a thick line. This is the front view of the stage 1. Now, let us see how to assign a name to the front view. To do this, either you can imagine the plate in 3D, that is 3-dimensional, or use these orthographic 2D views directly. You know that in 3D, you get the front view when you look at the plane ABCD standing in front. In 2D, you get the front view when you look at the top view from here. You can see the rectangle's front corner points D and C. They are visible points, but the points which are straight behind to these points, that is A and B, are invisible. Hence, the name of the line's left end should be written as D dash bracket A dash, because here D is a visible point and A is an invisible point. Similarly, the name of the line's right end should be written as C dash bracket B dash, because here C is a visible point and B is an invisible point. That's all. Stage 1 has been finished. There is one more way to draw views in stage 1. It is given that rectangular plate is in HP, but it does not touch the VP. It means plate's front view can touch the XY line, but its top view should not touch the XY line. So, you can draw the front view on the XY line like this. That is, front view is touching the XY line. Here, you may have one question. Is the first drawing correct? Because in the first drawing, front view doesn't touch the XY line. Yes, you are correct, but don't bother. It's only stage 1. While drawing stage 2, this front view will have been rotated to touch the XY line. So, both the drawings are correct. We should consider the first one to proceed further. It is given that the plate is inclined at 30 degree to HP. So, rotate the non-true shape. So, here true shape is the top view. So, non-true shape means front view. So, rotate the stage 1 front view and draw it in stage 2 as a front view. So, stage 1 front view is rotated and draw it as stage 2 front view. You have to use the same XY line for both the stages. Mark a point anywhere on the line next to stage 1 drawing. This is the left endpoint on the stage 2 front view named D1 dash bracket A1 dash. Draw a thick line from that point which is inclined upward at 30 degree with a length of 60 mm. This is the front view of stage 2. The other endpoint of this front view line is C1 dash bracket B1 dash. Front views of both the stages are same except the orientation, because in first stage front view is horizontal, second stage it is inclined. That's why you are using the same length, that is 60 mm for both the front views. To draw the top view in stage 2, project the endpoints of stage 2's front view downwards and project the corner points of stage 1's top view to your right. Now these vertical projection lines and horizontal projection lines are intersecting each other and 4 intersection points are created. That is, a line starting from A1 dash and a line starting from A intersect here to create a point A1. Similarly, B1 dash line and B line intersect here to create a point B1, and C1 dash line and C line intersect here and create a point C1. Then D1 dash line and D line intersect here to create a point D1. Join these 4 points by a thick line. You get a top view in stage 2. The length of this rectangle is less than the previous rectangle. That's why the previous rectangle is called as true shape and this rectangle is called as apparent shape. Drawing is finished. Now I wish to answer your question that we discussed earlier. The question is, why do I consider the left side? Why don't I consider the object's right side to identify the right orientation of the true shape? If you consider the left side, the plate should be rotated in anti-clockwise direction to touch the left shorter side to HP. If you consider the right side, the plate should be rotated in clockwise direction to touch the right shorter side to HP. So, for this problem, you can consider either left side or right side of the plate to decide the orientation of the true shape in stage 1, because both the left side and the right side are shorter sides. That's why there is no problem. But you have to rotate the non-true shape accordingly in stage 2. But the selection of left or right side differs from problem to problem. For avoiding confusion, I advise consider only left side of the object for deciding true shape orientation. So finally, please check whether you have done the dimensioning for the object in stage 1 and the inclination in stage 2. And always remember, you have to use thick line for only drawing front views and top views of the object. All the other lines should be drawn using thin lines. Next problem, a thin rectangular plate ABCD of sides 60 into 30 mm is inclined at 30 degree to VP and shorter side is in VP. Draw the projections. I do some slight changes in the first problem and give you here as a second problem. That is, in the first problem, inclination is given to HP, but here the inclination is given to VP. Similarly, there the plate is in HP, but here the plate is in VP. These are the changes. The right position of the plate is given as perpendicular to HP and inclined to VP. Next, we have to draw the projections on stage 1. As per table data, for inclined to VP condition, simple position is taken as parallel to VP and front view shows the true shape. You know that true shape should be drawn first, so you have to draw the front view first followed by top view. Now let us see how to draw the projections of the rectangular plate. Draw the reference line XY. Now you know that front view is a rectangle and it should be drawn first. But in what orientation the front view should be drawn? We found in the first problem, the rectangle drawn lengthwise has a shorter edge on its left. So, draw a rectangle whose length is 60 mm and width is 30 mm above the XY line. This is the front view of the stage 1. The above HP and in front of VP conditions are not given, so assume some distance to draw the rectangle above the XY line, and this distance may be 20 mm, 30 mm, it is as per your wish. Name this front view of the rectangle as A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash. Project this rectangle vertically downwards to the XY line. In this simple position, we use perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP condition. So, when one view shows a plane, then other view shows a horizontal line. Hence, join both the intersecting points of the projectors by a thick line. This is the top view of the stage 1. Here, we keep the view on XY line instead of placing away from it. Now, let us see how to assign a name to the top view. You know that in 3D, you get the top view when you look at the plane ABCD from the top. In 2D, you get the top view when you look at the front view from here. You can see the rectangle's top corner points A and B. They are visible points, but the points which are directly under to these points, that is C and D, are invisible. Hence, the name of the line's left end should be written as A bracket D, because here A is a visible point and D is an invisible point. Similarly, the name of the line's right end should be written as B bracket C, because here B is a visible point and C is an invisible point. That's all. Stage 1 has been finished. It is given that the plate is inclined at 30 degree to VP. So, rotate the non-true shape, that is top view of the stage 1, and draw it as stage 2 as top view. You have to use the same XY line for both the stages. Mark a point anywhere on the line next to stage 1 drawing. This is the left endpoint of the stage 2 top view named A1 bracket D1. Draw a thick line from that point which is inclined downward at 30 degree with a length of 60 mm. Because 60 mm is the length of stage 1 front view, the same front view is going to be rotated here. This is the top view of stage 2. The other endpoint of this top view line is B1 bracket C1. To draw the front view in stage 2, project the endpoints of stage 2's top view upwards and project the corner points of stage 1's front view to your right. Now, these vertical projection lines and horizontal projection lines are intersecting each other and 4 intersection points are created. That is, a line starts from A dash and a line starts from A1 intersect here to form a point A1 dash, and B dash line, B1 line intersect and create a point B1 dash, and C dash line and C1 line intersect and create a point C1 dash. Finally, D dash line and D1 line are intersecting and create a point D1 dash. Join these 4 points by a thick line. You get a front view in stage 2. The length of this rectangle is less than the length of the previous rectangle. That's why this rectangle is called as apparent shape and the previous one is true shape. So that's all we have finished. In the next video, I will explain the drawing procedure of plane's 4th position by solving problems. If you have not subscribed the channel yet, support me by subscribing. Don't forget to click the bell icon. By doing so, you will get the notifications regularly. Also, share this video to your friends. Thank you.